So I wonder, is the NSA watching this video right now? We are bringing you the movie review for Snowden. Finally came out. I finally got to see this movie. It's been a movie that's been on my radar for a while, even after the delays. But I'm a huge Oliver Stone fan. Platoon, Savages, it's all movies that I've been interested in. And this is a movie I've been interested in. Now, straight up I'll say this, is that I don't really have my own opinion on Snowden, but I will say if you do, if you're not a fan of what he did, I don't think you're going to like this movie, because straight up, Oliver Stone does portray Snowden as an American hero. And I know there's some people that think he's a weakling and a coward for doing what he did, but that is what this movie portrays him as. And going into this movie, I didn't really have my own opinion. I saw some critics and seen what they had said, but I didn't really ever have my own opinion on what it was, because I mean, it's Snowden. I just wanted to go and enjoy this movie and say what it is. Now, I don't know how much information was factual and whatnot, but what I will say is that the trailers tried selling this movie on kind of being a thriller in a sense. This movie's not, and that was actually a surprising element for this film, and I'm actually very glad Oliver Stone, because it would have been easy for him to kind of make this a Bourne movie with him on the run and stuff, but I'm very glad that he did not, because that isn't what this movie is. This is actually a biopic, and some people might say that this movie was slow, and yes, the pacing at times is a little puttering. It does get a little slow in some parts where they could have edited out easily some parts of the movie. But the great thing Oliver Stone does is it shows the background of Snowden. And that's stuff a lot of people do not know about him. And I really have to say that the performances in this movie are some of the best that I've seen. Joseph Gordon-Levitt gives one of the best performances of his career so far. Shailene Woodley, this is the best she has ever been in a movie, and I really am a huge fan of Shailene Woodley. The Divergent series, not so much, but her smaller movies, especially Spectacular Now, this rivals any of her other great performances, and I'm so happy to see her in this. I think overall she was the outstanding one overall out of this. And then I also have to say, everyone else, all the minor characters, also does a great job. Zachary Quinto is another one of the ones I have to name, but everyone does a fantastic job. The one actor that I was surprised that I knew was in here, and I had a feeling he was not going to be in here for this much, is Nicolas Cage. Now, everyone knows Nicolas Cage is this crazy kind of guy. I mean, pretty much the last performance he actually did that was amazing was Joe. And, I mean, you can count Kick-Ass as well, because Kick-Ass he was great in it too. But this movie, he was given a small role, and that role, it really fleshed out more of the character of Snowden, and it was really great seeing Nicolas Cage in that role. It makes me miss him, and I want to see him in more stuff. That's just a rant I have, that I think he should be doing more stuff. He's an Oscar-caliber actor, and people forget about that. Even though he overacts now, he's just crazy. This is a great job to Nicolas Cage. That was a great performance, and I don't think they utilized him enough in this movie. Even though it was this minor character in Snowden's life, I think you could easily put him in a different role, and it would have been satisfactory for what it was. But, you know, the performances, great job to everyone, especially Shailene Woodley going again. I was shocked by how great she was. And really, this movie, it centers on the core of Snowden's life. You know, honestly, going into this movie, I was waiting for, okay, when's he going to leak it? When he's going to leak it? And the way Oliver Stone edits the movies, it's perfect. That he edited it to the point where he'll go to the future and then the past, the future and the past. In the future, he'll be talking about something in the past and goes back to that and shows what's going on. And it sounds confusing the way I was talking about it, but the way Oliver Stone did it was fantastic. You know, it shows the dates, the times, the months, where he's at, and it's great how they do that, because I would have been lost without that. But Oliver Stone did a great job not making it this thriller that the trailers tried showing it. No, it is a biopic about Snowden's life, and really my favorite part wasn't the leaking, wasn't any of the suspenseful stuff. It was the dramatic elements of Snowden's life, the medical conditions he has, especially his relationship with Lindsay Mills, the character played by Shailene Woodley. I can't express enough that I just want to see them in a romantic movie, something like a 500 Days of Summer. And I mean, Joseph Gordon-Levitt does a great job with all those romantic comedies and romantic dramas. But Shailene Woodley, I would love to see him in a different movie with that, because they had great chemistry and really made me believe. They both fell into the characters, whereas I wasn't seeing the actors, I was seeing the characters. That is a testimony to the director and that. Now, coming with this movie, yes, it sounds like I'm high praising this movie, but there are some cons to it. That this movie for me isn't a movie that I can sit back down and watch again. It's not a movie that I want to go back out to the theater and see. But if this is a subject matter that you've wanted to watch, then maybe this is a movie you should go and give a shot. I think this is also a movie that you don't have to rush out to the theater and see, but it's also a movie that you can enjoy and also kind of get some information, see some stuff behind the scenes for how much is fake and not. And Oliver Stone doesn't have some great imagery and some great choreograph, and it's really just a great job. Some of the camera movements are great as well, if you're kind of into that. You know, if you're looking for an Oliver Stone movie, is it his best? No. But I think this is a movie you can go out and enjoy and make your own opinion on the movie, even though Oliver Stone's trying to push his. I will say also the movie does run a bit too long. I was looking at my phone and I was like, when is this movie going to end? I had hit that point where I was like, okay, I get it, what's going on? And it just kind of kept dragging. I think there was easily 20 to 30 minutes that he could have easily cut out or made a little bit shorter for the scenes. But other than that, guys, Snowden, it's a pretty good movie. I was surprised from start to finish, and, you know, from what the trailers gave me, it was different. I'm going to have to give Snowden a C-. You know, I really was surprised with this movie, and I hope you guys go and give it a shot. If not, check it out on DVD, Redbox when it comes out. Maybe you guys will have your own opinion. Maybe you'll hate the movie. But you know what? Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. The reason I really did give this movie I probably would have been at a lower rating if it wasn't for the characters and the actors. I think that is what really made me love this movie so much. But overall, that tad bit at the ending and how long it was, that's why it just dragged for me and kind of just threw it down to a C-, C+ for me in that range. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure to subscribe for more videos. Look out for my Magnificent 7 review soon. I might be throwing out some other reviews soon as well, so check out for all those later.